Hello YouTube, this is Omid here bringing another Black Ops 2 zombie myth testing series episode. In this episode I'm tackling the mysterious extra Juggernog that appears to have appeared in the Xbox version of Transit since the patch for the DLC, which comes out tomorrow. Very excited about that. Anyway, so the theory is if you down yourself a certain number of times in a row, you get a Juggernog on top of, like a bonus Juggernog. I decided to test this theory with my friend in multiplayer online first. So I keep downing myself to see if I get it. And he keeps reviving me. Now we did this a lot of times. So I think we tried it about 30 downs in one game. And so much so that he even got the super quick revive ability while doing this. And I never got it. I was always a 2-hit kill. So I think that this Juggernog, if it exists, isn't a multiplayer phenomenon, it's solo only. Tested it here, you can clearly see it's not happening. So then if we move on to the solo side of things, I'm buying quick revive and letting myself get hit and downed and all that kind of stuff. And initially nothing happens, but then if we pause here and just play it in super slow motion, we can see the green flash, which means that it's happened, okay? Now note, it didn't happen when I was downed, it happened when I was hit. So therefore, I think that this Juggernog has nothing to do with how many times you're downed, it's how many times you're hit. If you're hit a certain number of times in a row without hurting a zombie or something like that, if you're brought to low health a certain number of times, say, you get this Juggernog ability. Now, as you can see here, I'm testing it out with some zombies, and it lasts between rounds because the game ended and I started a new game. So this is a persistent upgrade or a persistent perk. You do get it across games, and basically it allows you to be hit 4 times, by a zombie without Juggernog, the perk, without downing. So that's quite useful. I think that's about the normal amount of times that you can get hit with Juggernog while downing. So it is a useful ability, definitely, for solo attempts. Possibly Treyarch brought it in to balance out the fact that now zombies die when you leave an area on solo. Who knows? But then I decided to test out how many times I could be hit when I have the full Juggernog. If you combine this with the Juggernog perk, how many times can you get hit? Now, I mean, we already know that if you combine the reviving ability with quick revive, you can revive people pretty much instantly. So what happens when you combine Juggernog with this extra health? So I went to a town and used a turbine to power up the Juggernog machine and bought it. And as we can see here, it took about 10 hits for a zombie to kill me with the Juggernog ability combined with the Juggernog perk, which is a huge amount of hits. I mean, it makes you near invincible in most circumstances. However, I would urge caution. The fact this zombie was a slow zombie and it was hitting me quite slowly, I think my health might have regenerated between hits. So if you want me to test this further and see how many times you can get hit with the two combined, please do so. Put in a comment and I'll do a retest. But for now, I think it's safe to say that this Juggernog ability definitely exists in Transit on the Xbox edition, but it's a solo ability only. It's not available online, most likely for balance reasons. And yeah, so that's a very interesting feature Treyarch added. Bit odd that they're adding it just before the addition of a new map pack where barely anyone will be playing Transit anymore because it was a mediocre map at best. But yeah, so interesting addition. So until next time, this has been Omid, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.